Hey y'all, and welcome back to That's Debatable, powered by Lucky Energy. I'm your host, Stanza Yvette Esquire, and today we have a great show ahead of us. Y'all know who's here with me, the culture referee, Ray Daniels.
But y'all
don't never, Ray, y'all. They don't never come here.
Why trying to get a next guest? Why they keep looking at me like, fuck him? Damn.
To the left of me, we have Angie Stanton.
Let's go.
And our second guest debater is D1.
Let's go.
We would like to thank our sponsors, Lucky Energy. Lucky Energy is packed with 5 ingredients filled with things that you know how to say. And it is perfect. 200 milligrams of caffeine that will keep you going. We want to thank our sponsors for giving us the energy to fly and the freedom to fly. So, as always, our viewers, thank you for, please like, share, subscribe, all of that. Leave comments below. And, you know, we have a couple of rules.
Tell them the rules. By the way, this is going to be the easiest show for you because these two are the most respectful people that I know. So this should be great, but still tell them the rules.
The first one being, we got to respect one another. Let's not talk over each other. Like, everybody has a point to be made. We want to be able to hear what each of you are saying, so we cannot talk over each other. It's going to give production hell. You know, we got to allow them to get that, get your voices and match the mic up. So yeah, we just don't talk over each other, please. Also, the second one being respect my gavel. Okay. If you hear the gavel, you see the gavel, you gotta respect the gavel. So it'll be a couple of reasons why you may be getting long-winded, I might have to cut you off, or you may be saying some BS and I'm gonna call cap on the things that you're saying.
Let's go.
If you're breaking rule number 1, it'll be the reason why you hear the gavel. It's just a number of things. It's really my gavel, so I can bang it when I want to. But
my goal is to not get gaveled.
Get gaveled.
I like that. You gotta go. So let's go.
We love it. Okay. But if y'all can agree to those rules, we ready to debate.
I got one question.
What's the
who fact checked the cap?
No, the cap comes in the conversation.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, but who checked facts though?
No, that's a fact.
Who fact checked?
Okay, so let me help you, Tez. I got your back.
I was just asking.
Okay, let me see how it goes. Stanza fact check meaning if you said something earlier, or if you said something and she has her computer right there in front of her and she didn't get a fact.
Oh,
that's
okay.
how you do
contradicting
it.
statements, that's, you know.
Like you might contradict yourself and say, oh, but hold on, you said that. You know,
I got you.
It's more
or
that.
if I want to interject and I have a question, you know, a follow-up question, I just want to know.
Let's go.
You know?
Let's do it.
Okay.
All
right. Starting off with my opening statements. Drake and DeMar DeRozan had a little debacle where Drake said that if his banner jersey was ever retired, he would go up there personally to take it down. It was also a clip where DeMar DeRozan was passing Drake, and you know, he said, so you could read his lips and he wasn't saying anything tasteful. How do we feel about this situation?
I feel like Drake, if you're gonna say it, don't whisper it. You heard me?
But what did he say though?
Drake was whispering. They alleged that when DeMar DeRozan walked by, he said effing PUSSY, right?
Yeah.
If you're gonna say it, brother, and if you talking that type of talk, don't whisper that.
He was whispering. Like, what can you say? I like Drake with the melodies. I don't like Drake when he act tough. That was a mess. I didn't like it.
I mean, I didn't see it. I've been caught up, as you know.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but I know Drake been in the hot pot lately, so I mean, I can say that.
What I said to you, D1, is that his reaction showed me that he's not gonna win. He's done. Because DeMar DeRozan is probably the most innocent person in the assault against you in this moment.
Right.
The only reason why you're mad at him is because he played and did damn good for your Toronto Raptors.
And was in the video.
But it wasn't that he's in the video. DeMar is from Compton.
From Compton.
Like, and you want to save the whole world, right?
Yeah.
Of course, we all do. But before I save the world, I need to make sure my house is straight.
Right.
I'm not going to go save the rest of the world. My house is burning down. I got to make sure my house is straight.
Right.
And then I'll do that. So for him to have attacked DeMar, that lets me know it wasn't just entertainment. Everybody making it seem like it's just beef. It was personal. You really are mad, bro. And you're so mad at the world, bro, that you're mad at a basketball player for being in a video of a song that he was mentioned in. From a dude who's from his neighborhood. And by the way, and you're like,
Yeah.
You are literally sitting. I've never seen a rapper or anyone get pressed courtside in my life.
You can't count that.
You can afford to buy courtside tickets.
Yeah.
Or if you're important enough where they're going to give you courtside tickets, you should not be in a position to press anyone.
Yeah.
Like, that's to me, that was the only thing I was like, this dude ain't going to win. He done. If you're mad at DeMar, that's like Debo getting mad at the Ezel,
right?
Because Ice Cube knocked his ass out. Nigga, I didn't beat it. I didn't do it. He did it. I just took a couple dollars out your pocket. Could you take from me some time?
I think it
That's all Ezel
showed
did.
exactly what Kendrick was talking about. I think it was a confirmation. And Ray, you said this before, that Drake doesn't do a lot of interviews because we hear that Canadian accent. And so to hear that play back, and he was like, oh, well, he's going to have to,
Talking like a Canadian.
Yeah, I'll go up there and take it.
I'll tell you one thing, guys. Like when D1 talks, he talks like a New Orleans dude.
You are really not like us.
You are really not like, it's like you make, and then you're not understanding that you're in your hometown just because you're in the arena just because you're talking to someone that's from, like, it's like me going to Atlanta talking to Big Tigger. Of course I'm talking to Big Tigger, but the world heard it. And that's what I don't think he thought. And it let us know how mad you was. And to me, it lets me know that you are not a threat to hip hop anymore. You are so worried about what hip hop did to you because somebody dissed you and you lost. And I realized you got a 767 jet and $100 million house because of hip hop. And you mad at a nigga. The spoil shit needs to stop. You light skinned, so I ain't gonna say it's a light skin thing, cause you're a real light skinned nigga.
You light skin. What you talking about?
Dark as they come. I'm as dark as they come.
What you identify as? You heard me?
I'm as dark as they come.
Hey, that's the cap gavel, huh? That's the cap gavel. All right, bet. I'm just making sure. Cap.
I'm just saying.
Hey, I'm one day in the sun away from being your complexion, brother. Give me one day in the sun and I'm your complexion.
And I'm telling you, I don't gotta get in the sun to get my complexion. I'm a dark nigga. Let's go.
Anyway, next Meg Thee Stallion dropped a documentary on Amazon Prime discussing, the battles that she was facing, the Tory Lanez, her mom passing away. You got to go a deep dive into her life. However, one of the things that came up is that she admitted to lying to Gayle. First of all, lying to Gayle, because let me note, when she was on trial and when she sat as a witness for Daystar, the state of California against Daystar, because I think we get that misconstrued that she pressed charges and she did not. She was a witness in that trial. However, she told the truth on where it mattered, which is on the stand. She didn't perjure herself. She told the truth on the stand. How do you feel about that? Because people lie on their bodies all the time. So would you lie? You're gonna first of all, I think it was an inappropriate question for Gayle to ask in essence. Because why is her sexual history even matter in the sense of I'm here to talk about somebody
because I need to know
we
the domestic violence situation.
But you're gonna tell NBC somebody that's watching about your sex. That I don't think that's fair.
Okay, so we're talking about a guy that it was rumored you dated that shot you. Yeah. The context is very important.
It is.
Were you guys intimate? Do you just get to know him? Because if you're intimate, I will hope in Gayle King's mind, if I'm asking are you intimate, that means you know him a little bit better than that. Am I not lying? So
and then I'm also saying, as far as the statement of being embarrassed, talking about sex or who you had sex with, but all your music is about sex and who you had sex with and how to have sex. So we picking and choosing. I would think that would be a time that would be more appropriate. To be honest, if we really talking about somebody's life that's on the line, because we know that this man is in prison right now, and there's a lot of questions regarding that case, and we weren't there. We don't know what happened, but it's skeptical. And I leave it there.
To me, the only thing that, and be honest,
but she told the truth.
I don't. Okay, so I don't. Here's what I'm saying.
Wait,
we don't know that for sure.
Yeah, I was about to say what?
No, but she
no. If you
to
can
the
open
relationship and trial.
Yeah, but if you can
you talking about context.
She admitted that they was having sex
that they were
during the
intimate
trial.
during the trial. Yes, she did.
You know why she did? Because she had to.
She had to.
And you know why she told Gayle a lie? Because she could. And my thing is this, is why can't that be, like, to me, that's my problem with the world. My problem with the world is that you want to be famous. Everybody who knows if you want to be famous, that means you're saying, put me in a fishbowl. Everybody knows that. You're in the fishbowl, and not only you in the fishbowl, you get into a fishbowl with a nigga that's in his own fishbowl. So now you have a bigger fishbowl, and And now you're hanging out with the Kardashians, and then some stupid shit happened, and now people are trying to take your side. People that are there for you are asking you questions, and you lie.
Yeah.
And you're like, hell yeah, I lie, bitch. It's like, to me, that showed me she didn't take it serious.
And what showed me she didn't take it serious was the fact that didn't the police stop the car?
Yeah.
And she didn't say nothing? Like, my thing is, if your life, and I'm just telling you how it looks based off of what we've all seen.
Allegedly.
If your life is in danger, you know what I'm saying, and the police are there,
Yes.
then I'm going to say, I'm getting out of this situation right now while I have a chance. Yes. I'm not going to keep it secret. I'm not going to sit on it and wait till 3-4 years later. So I just think it's skeptical, but, you know, I'm all for freeing Tory.
Me too. And to be honest with you, the reason I say that is because, and I understood why he was in jail, but I don't think.
He's going to jail regardless.
Okay, hear me out real quick. Hear
He's
me
there.
out. Can you just hear me out? I want to talk to you as a black woman I love. Hear me out. Sometimes there's this thing that we do to each other where we check each other, we curse each other out, we disrespect each other, but there's a fact that men are naturally, by God's word, stronger, right? So I want to put that out there because that's super important to say. So women. So it feels like she's living in a TV show. And by the way, we all cool with that as long as a nigga's not sitting in jail, being away from his family and his kids over some shit that was entertainment to you. So even if you lied to Gail, even if you lied to Gail, if she said I lied to Gail and she was like, I'm not gonna lie, I lied to her because I was afraid to admit, because I this and it's my name and I didn't know how people was gonna react. If it was that, then I think people would be like, okay, that makes sense.
That's what it was in her documentary.
It wasn't. Her explanation was like, man, yeah, bitch, don't have a quit, bitch, don't worry about it. And it's like you making it like it's gossip and it's a nigga sitting in jail. That's the only thing.
So two things can be true at once. I agree with what y'all are saying about, like, man, you telling these casual lies on an interview with Gail that millions of people are watching. That ain't what's up. But when y'all saying it should be free Tory, did it come out in the court of law that Tory did indeed shoot her?
Well, when you look at the evidence, it was never a bullet found in her foot.
So what did they end up convicting him of?
No, that's why they said it was
They
weird.
said it was pieces of glass.
No, it's pieces of bullets.
Okay, so
I'm about to say, because he wouldn't be sitting in jail. Like, he wouldn't be sitting in jail.
If somebody shot me and the police pulled us over, we don't know what happened, but how long should he stay in
It's
jail?
a very important word. Hold on. Hear me out real quick.
He is a felon.
It's a very important word to be said.
Possession of a firearm in the state of California. He was going to prison anyway, and he's an immigrant. So he was going to prison anyway. California has some of the strictest gun laws. He's from Canada.
Can I tell you something? Can I be honest?
Some of the strictest gun laws. He was going to prison regardless. He cannot be a felon with possession of firearms. Go ahead.
You got the gavel, so I'm not going to. You got the gavel. You got the gavel, so I'm not going to disrespect. I forgot what I was going to say now. No, I really did, because what you were saying. No. What Angie said. Angie said, if he shot me. Now, here's the key to if he shot me. If he shot me intentionally, that's the thing. I believe if they were still good after that night and he didn't piss her off, she would have been like, it was a mistake. It was a fucked up mistake.
It was recorded calls of him apologizing for it.
Just because if I punch you in your face by mistake, I'm still going to apologize. I'm saying that. I'm saying if I hit you, I'm sorry. You okay? So what I'm saying is that he apologized for it. It was a mistake. I think that he pissed her off when he carried it like, we cool, it's all good. And she was like, no, nigga, I'm gonna take you down now. And I think that she now is dealing with the results of that, which is lying. My only thing is this. My only problem is this. We act like because he did one heinous act that he's the bad person and she's the good person. One fucking heinous act doesn't mean you're bad and I'm good. Like you said, it could be two things to be right. So all I'm saying is that I believe that if he shot her on by mistake and they were cool after that, I don't think he's sitting in jail 10 years. Yeah. I think, because let's be clear, last thing I'm gonna say, everybody would have bet their life that Young Thug was gonna be in jail with all the evidence against him. So you can't tell me he was gonna go anyway. What I'm telling you is that Megan didn't do nothing no different than what Lil Woody did, where she said one thing in court and said another thing outside of court. It's no different. But it's because she's a woman and because she got hurt and because her foot is like, oh, he should be in jail. It's like, bro, I ain't saying he should be punished. But I think it's not, if Tory was getting out today and he served a year, I think everybody feels good. I think the 10 years is excessive. So go to the next thing. Go ahead.
Life is crazy and bad things happen, and I'm sure a lot of our viewers can relate to having some, crazy moments happen right now. Ray, what's something that you do to keep going?
What I like to do to keep going is I drink my Lucky Energy drink to give me some energy because I know I have the winner in me. I'm just being honest. Like today, I came in really tired, and I taste that Lucky Energy. It hits me. I'm gonna be honest.
Took you there.
It takes you. It makes me want to run and scream and yell. And by the way, it's all natural. That's what makes it dope. So I do that when I'm trying to pick myself up.
Absolutely, and it's crazy that you mentioned Lucky Energy because the founder himself has walked through so many different things. He was in a plane crash where 136 people died, and he survived. He's raising.
He's one lucky fuck.
Yeah, he's one. He's definitely lucky. And his father passed away in that plane crash as well. He's also raising a daughter that has special needs, and so part of the branding of the company is that they want to show that life continues to move forward, and you can still move on despite all of the bad things that have happened to you. Lucky Energy has been a part of different videos. Friday's Baddest in the Room, Sukiana's out, and they've given away about $20,000 in flight credits. Yeah, we need flights. Yes.
Sponsor the show. So I can fly somebody,
right, fly us out.
We'll film an episode in first class. Me and Stanton will. Don't worry about it.
Absolutely. So I think it's just, great to highlight what the founder has done and continues to do for the people, and not even the people that support his brand, but those who don't as well. So if you want to check out Lucky Energy, be sure to check them out on Amazon. We're going to provide the link in the comment section below, and you're going to get $12 off. So yeah, shout out to Lucky Energy. Thank you for giving us the freedom to fly.
Thanks for making us feel lucky. I'm sorry.
Last statement that I wanted to speak about is this past weekend, there was Lil Louisiana Fest, and Lil Wayne mentioned that he felt he was stripped of the Super Bowl again, which I think we all owed, or not we all, because I thought Kendrick Lamar was a great choice for the Super Bowl, but people owe Jay-Z an apology because some of the clips from Lil Wayne's performance, I don't think that he would have been able to do a Super Bowl show with what we saw. But how do we feel about him doing this and kind of taking the moment, because Kendrick Lamar has begged Lil Wayne to not, retire. Like this is somebody that he reveled in, he looks up to, and for you to take this moment to him, I think that's a little unfair. So I just wanted to hear what y'all had to say about that.
New Orleans. Yeah, New Orleans. This hit close to home.
Yeah.
Because my whole city was mad when Lil Wayne didn't get selected to perform at the Super Bowl. Me personally, I wasn't mad.
Okay.
Because I don't feel like anyone is entitled to perform at the Super Bowl just because it's in their hometown that year. A lot of people didn't understand that concept. Plus, the Super Bowl is interested in who is bringing something to the table right now that's going to draw fans. Who had a bigger year than Kendrick Lamar?
Nobody.
I'll wait. You know what I mean?
We started off talking about a basketball player being disrespected at a game because the rapper that lost that battle is mad that he lost that battle. Not that the basketball player did anything. He's just mad he lost.
Yep.
That's how big Kendrick Lamar's year was. The global superstar, the biggest star in the world, is that pissed.
Yeah.
Because he kept it hip-hop.
Yeah. Now the part about Lil Wayne wouldn't be able to carry a Super Bowl performance. Keep in mind, a Super Bowl performance is only, 12 minutes long?
12 and a half to 15 minutes.
Wayne got enough catalog to where...
I didn't say he didn't have the catalog.
Right.
I'm saying based on the performance
But you also watch this. You dress different according to what party you're going to. If you performing in New Orleans, hold on.
Practice.
If you performing in New Orleans at a Hot Boys reunion, you heard me? Your whole stage show, your whole outfit, your whole song selection is different than if you performing for the Super Bowl. So Lil Wayne got hits for sure. We can't deny that. Absolutely. But my personal thing was he nor anyone else is entitled to perform that just because you from that city. And
I want to say I disagree. I want to say we ain't talking about just no average rapper. We talking about Lil Wayne, and that is his hometown. And I think that when people come in our city, they should pay homage to the people that have been there and have paved the way for a lot of, these newcomer artists like you was talking about, Young Thug. Because before it was a Young Thug, it was a Lil Wayne. So it's nothing wrong with him being respected. And if it's 12 to 15 minutes, that was enough time for Kendrick to perform and Lil Wayne to perform, right? I felt like it could have been an easy situation. We could have showed love to Lil Wayne. We could have let Kendrick Lamar do his thing. But we want to respect everybody. And I do think that he should have had you know, that opportunity. But whether he got it or not, he's still who he is. And, you know.
Yeah. And me being from New Orleans, I seen more people outraged over that than being passionate about this election that we just had, this presidential, and that's a problem. That's gavel energy. You heard me?
All I'm gonna say is this. To just count it, then you can go to the next one. Lil Wayne, when you come to someone's city, you should pay homage. The homage they paid was coming to the city.
Okay.
They wasn't coming to the city for Lil Wayne and Cash Money. New Orleans, Atlanta, fucking every city with a damn stadium was saying, please bring it here. And I don't think the NFL was like, well, if we go there, you know,
I'm not talking about the NFL.
I'm just saying
I'm
in
talking
general.
about the music selection. We're talking about Jay-Z.
But what I'm saying in general is, you're still, let me tell you something. As a man, if a beautiful woman comes up to you and she wants you, and you want her bad enough, you're gonna do what the hell she tells you have to do to get her. And what I'm telling you is that the New Orleans was the man and NFL was the girl. New Orleans wanted the NFL to come and it came. They told his kids, little kids from New Orleans, sit y'all little asses down, it's gonna be good for the city, shut up. And that's what really happened.
Okay. Business decision.
It was always business.
All right.
Never pray.
Here we go.
Right. So let's get into our first debate. Donald Trump will serve as the 47th president of the free world of the United States. It looks like the Senate, the Republicans have taken the Senate, the House, now the presidency, the majority of governors are Republicans this election, and there's going to be a majority in the Supreme Court. So my question to you is, what did we learn about America during this election?
I'll go first. I think what we learned in this election was that people were tired of the last 4 years. Like, regardless of what you saw on social media, regardless of what you saw in the actual news or whatever you saw online or whatever, America showed up and made their voices heard. I think that's what we learned. I think, hey, actions are louder than words.
Yeah, we also learned that Donald Trump's following
loves him to the point to where they weren't going to just support him online and not show up to the polls. I think a lot of Kamala Harris's supporters were showing love online, but didn't actually get out there and vote for her yesterday. And man, I learned a lot about social media. I felt like leading into the election, Donald Trump was winning the war on social media, the battle of public support on social media. And I was like, I don't think that this is a lie, what we're seeing. I think that some people have said, oh, this is fake people, this is bots, da-da-da-da. I was like, no, it just shows how passionate Trump's supporters are. And looking at that, it made me, because I didn't vote for Trump. I wasn't a Trump supporter. But I will say, as a man of God, I understand that I'm called to be a person that now says, since he's our elected leader, we got to pray for that man. He actually works for us now. Donald Trump works for us to serve our country, to lead our country. So when we look at it like that, it's like, all right, we ain't got time to be beefed out with somebody who is working for us at this point. So that's what it is.
Well, coming off, you was with Trump last night at the party, so I'm like, you know better than everybody. What did we learn about America from this election? What did you learn?
When you said something really important when y'all opened up this, the conversation, y'all was talking about the basketball player and Drake. And you was talking about how you need to make sure that your house is straight first, right? So when we talk about make America great again, like if you the president of America, then these are your children, this is your house.
Yep.
You got a responsibility to make sure that this house is taken care of before we send billions of dollars to Ukraine or anywhere else, right? You have a responsibility. So when they say make America great again, and my birth certificate say America, and my mama and my grandmama and my great-grandmama and all of my people buried in America and my businesses in America and my children in school in America, my daughter's in MIT, right? I'm all for making America great again because I'm a part of America. So to me, it doesn't come off as something as racist, right? Other people have associated it with that, but what's wrong with making America great?
just the words itself, nothing is wrong with when you hear those words, America. But when you hear other words like, yo, inside of America, we have an enemy within. It makes certain people in America feel like, well, dang, his America doesn't include me and people like me. And that's what makes some people feel like now they look at that phrase, make America great again. It's almost like you got to put an asterisk next to America because they feel like I'm not a part of his America.
I was gonna say, I think when people say, so number one, I'm an independent, period. Like I'm independent in life. I'm an independent thinker. I'm an independent human being. I don't follow what anyone says. I'll take advice from everyone though. I'm not like an asshole. I don't hear anything. But for me, what I would say that when I hear "Make America Great Again," the first thing I ask myself is, for who? Mm-hmm. Who? Because I don't know if it was ever great for African Americans, and I think that we were trying to go forward, right? And the way we saw it was, Kamala is the person that's going to take us forward, right? When we hear Trump saying "Make America Great Again," naturally think, for who? Because I don't know if it was ever great for me. It might have always been great for you and your people. So that's the thing I would say. But just to answer that, when you say "Make America Great Again," that's the as an independent thinker, I can understand someone on the blue side saying for who, right? Okay. That's the first thing. But what I say is what this election taught me was social media has way more power than regular media.
Yeah.
Because let's be clear, outside of Fox News, which it was still 50-50, they would still say, there's still some people on Fox News that didn't like Trump. Mm-hmm. Everybody in the media, The View, CNN, Beat, everywhere you went, they was against him. It was almost like, don't be against him. And it got to the point where you were so against him that if you wore a "Make America Great Again" hat, you were the enemy. If you thought like Trump, you were the enemy. And they convinced us that we were so against each other that we the enemy. And I think what happened was people did what they do every day when they're around each other. Mm. They just looked in their phone.
That's it.
Because you know what's in my phone? You know what's in my phone? My friends. My family, the people that think like I do, the people that know what I know. Meanwhile, I'm watching this celebrity tell me how to think, what I need to believe.
Influencers.
Influencers, exactly, right? Mm. So to me, what I noticed was, so it was two things I'm gonna bring up. To bring up to what you said for the internet in real life. I didn't think she had a chance until I saw the DC rally when 75,000 people came out. That's some Obama type numbers. So I'm like. But I remember I posted something like a week ago. And this was the only thing where I was like, well, that's one world, but here's the other. I post on social media, yo, why is there not a female rapper that did a "My President is Black" record or "My President is a Female" record? Like, that would be a great time to bring people together. Nigga, the comments trashed her. It was like, I'm saying something positive, like, I'm talking to my community of artists, like, somebody better make this record. And then people come and saying, because she ain't black. Because she ain't Forrest, because she ain't this, and it's all these things. Now here's my thing. My thing is that I think that this election has changed our entire world. Because this is the first time the world told us to do something, one thing. Our mamas, our TV mamas told us to do one thing on TV and celebrities and everything else. And it's the first time our friends said we doing something else. Mm-hmm. So you know that moment where you define your mama and she like, oh, you ain't lit, you mama fuck. That's what this election was. I said on last show, is whoever wins is going to win by a landslide. Mm-hmm. Because that's America saying one or two things. Either they're saying we're going forward with this new way of thinking, this new woke, sensitive, everybody sensitive stuff, or we going forward to this with this white man who taking us to where men had a voice and men everything. So what I believe happened is that white women and white men voted with each other. Mm-hmm. Why it was by the way, I'm always skeptical when celebrities show up, right? I'm always skeptical when black celebrities show up because especially if you're a black candidate, because it's like, what if you're an Asian candidate? What if you're Asian out there? I don't know. I don't care about Beyonce, right? I don't give a fuck. So it's always interesting, but they came out in drones for her. Mm. And they don't come out unless they think they're going to win. And you know I'm not lying about that.
But I just want to respond to a couple of things as an independent thinker myself too, because I was Republican and I'm independent now for many reasons, just because I don't agree with everything on each side. Mm-hmm. But touch on one thing. I want to touch about the Making America Great and who was it ever great for. I've made America great for me. Mm. You've made America great for you. A lot of our partners have made America great for us. Okay, so we don't buy into America can't be great because we get it out the mud. Yep. Okay, I'm talking about people that was born into poverty, right? and made something out of nothing. A lot of us millionaires now, right? So we have made America great for us. And I think that we all have that opportunity to do that, regardless of what the media tells us, right? The other thing that I wanted to talk on is why people were responding to you like that in the comments.
What's good, y'all? This is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee, and I want to ask you: are you ever frustrated with uploading a video to YouTube and you get no views? I know I was when I first started. If you're a music artist, you have your own podcast, or you're a content creator, look no further. Wham Promotions has gotten you covered. They specialize in high-end targeted YouTube campaigns that deliver real views, real subscribers, and most importantly, real growth. So if you're struggling with real organic YouTube growth, I'm here to tell you to go on Wham Promotions and use the promo code GODS and receive 20% when you check out. Tell them Ray sent you, you got 20% off. Let's go, guys. I'm looking to see you guys on the charts. Let's go.
I can't buy the whole black woman thing when you marry white, okay? Because you can't convince me that the black family is important to you, but when it comes time to marry and procreate, the black family is not important to you. I've never, and it's no offense to anybody, and it's no offense to anybody's race, but I'm thinking logically, right? And
you basically saying black can't be the cards you play when that's the life you live.
It can't be the card. Not if that's what you sleep with every night.
I'm not mad at that if that's your case.
You're coming to me as a black woman. You're supposed to represent black women. You're supposed to represent black mothers. But when I look at you, you raising white kids, right? And a white man. I don't see a black kid nowhere around you. That's my point. So when we're running on this reproductive rights, and you haven't even been a mother, right? How can you raise a nation if you've never raised a child?
No, let her get out. No, she got to. Listen. You want me to get a gavel, Stan? No. Stan, you want to give me the gavel? I'm just saying. You can count us, Stan. I want to hear your thoughts.
I thought she was done.
Yeah. Go ahead, baby.
Oh, okay. So, but you said she's not a mother, but I think that's kind of a contradiction when it's a men making the decisions about women's bodies, and which is the majority of men. So they have not had children. They don't bear the, so they're not in the hospital beds going septic and dying and things like that because. So I think that's kind of a no, I'm not.
I like it. No, go.
But I think it's a contradiction because you can't say that because she's not a mother, or she didn't physically have or bear a child, that she doesn't have a right to speak on these topics because the men are doing it already. The men are already making the decisions for us on our behalf.
I'm just saying I'm not buying you as a representative, as a black mother, because you don't have black children. And this whole my body thing, like when it comes to this issue of abortion, that's why black men voted for Donald.
What's good, y'all? This is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee, and I want to ask you: are you ever frustrated with uploading a video to YouTube and you get no views? I know I was when I first started. If you're a music artist, you have your own podcast, or you're a content creator, look no further. Wham Promotions has gotten you covered. They specialize in high-end targeted YouTube campaigns that deliver real views, real subscribers, and most importantly, real growth. So if you're struggling with real organic YouTube growth, I'm here to tell you to go on Wham Promotions and use the promo code GODS and receive 20% when you check out. Tell them Ray sent you, you got 20% off. Let's go, guys. I'm looking to see you guys on the charts. Let's go.
Donald Trump, because black men are being tired of told that they don't have a say. But when a woman don't want the baby, she can go abort the baby, kill the baby, get rid of the baby, get a pat on the back. But when a man don't want the baby, he going to jail every month. He getting mandated by the court. He getting dragged for 18 years. The law makes him be responsible, and they calling the men the deadbeats. But the mothers get away, and this is my thing. Her whole campaign was on reproductive rights. Nobody has to give me the right to reproduce. I got pregnant when I was 15. I didn't have nobody's permission. This whole reproductive rights thing is the reproductive right to kill, okay, your offspring. That's exactly what it is. And if we are saying Black Lives Matter without acknowledging the fact that black life begins in the womb, without acknowledging the fact that Planned Parenthood is based off of racism, tied to Margaret Sanger, all of these things can be fact checked, without acknowledging the fact that 80% of the abortion clinics are in our communities, we can't say Black Lives Matter and then vote, advocate and fight, right, for the right to execute our children, with rape and incest only being 1% of abortion. Like it's out of hand. God does not honor it. it's against life, and that's why the tide is changing.
Yeah,
like it's bigger than just politics right now. It's spiritual.
I think the misconception is that Donald Trump is opposed to abortion when he's never been opposed to abortion. Well, so I respect everything you're saying, and I agree. Yeah, but still, if we taking the moral road here, then we talking about as a man and a woman of God, we saying, yo, it's clear for us. That's how a lot of Christians wanted to shape it. Oh, one person trying to kill babies, as if the other person is totally pro-life. You heard me? And that's not a fact.
I'm pro-life, so if I have to make a choice.
But your candidate wasn't.
Wait a minute, but if I have to make a choice, right? I'm going with the candidate, right, that wants restrictions and that wants to offer more choices and more life. You can't support full-term abortion.
No. But at the end of the day,
that was never a topic on the candidate. A full-term abortion.
That is
correct.
No, nobody fact check it.
I got a cousin that had an abortion, a full-term abortion.
You're a fact checker.
And she died from a brain aneurysm 30 days later. And this was years ago. They're having elective abortions. Okay.
So
I got a question. I got a question for you because I got.
Hold on, but he didn't get to.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. And then you got something to say, but I got a good question for.
Yeah, I saw that the collective consciousness of this country and of Christians is unfortunately on an elementary to middle school level this election.
Yep.
Because a lot of what you would see in your comments when anybody took a stance on something was these super surface level summations of what this election boiled down to. And I got so many people that have said the Democratic Party is a demon party, so it's impossible to be a Christian if you would ever vote for a Democrat. Think about how simple-minded that is.
I agree.
That's super simple-minded.
No,
you're not God, though. Hold on. Listen, that's your opinion. Exactly. So with that being said, it should be none of our opinion to say if somebody has a relationship with Jesus or not.
Okay.
That right there, that's something, hold on. But to the point to where I saw our people as Christians feeling like, we want to go it on and take it there. Because you're not voting for my political candidate, I'm going to tell you that you're going to hell.
Well, I ain't told nobody that.
No. Hold on. Let me finish.
Okay.
When you tell someone that they are not a Christian, according to our faith, it's saying that if someone is not a believer in Jesus and believes that he lived, died, was crucified, resurrected again for the forgiveness of our sins, then it's saying, that's the key to eternal life. So when you tell someone you're not a Christian, because you not voting for Donald Trump, you are telling somebody they're going to hell.
Okay. Well, this is what I want to say. It's not based off of voting for Donald Trump or voting for Kamala. It's about the policies. Okay, policies that Kamala Harris represent, this LGBTQ plus children, right? Things that are anti-life, because God is life, right? What is the definition of God? To be awake, all knowing, all aware, right? To be conscious.
All loving, by the way.
Of course, but also tell
you
the
think
truth.
Trump exhibits love for everybody?
Let me finish. Yeah. When we're talking about what the campaigns represent and what we're voting for, Kamala Harris's whole campaign was based off of reproductive rights. Nowhere in Trump's campaign is he taking an abortion Hot Wheels bus to the DNC to say, I'm offering free abortion. Hold on. We're talking about, listen, he didn't run a campaign on abortion. Kamala ran an entire campaign and had an HBCU tour based off of reproductive rights. What I'm saying is if that's what you're offering me, right, regardless of what you believe, me as a black woman, what I'm saying is black women deserve more than abortion. And reproductive rights ain't even on the ballot, right? But we're misleading women. All of these women think they're voting for women's rights. But hear me out. You got to be born to become a woman. How do you vote for something that executes the women of tomorrow? The entire campaign was based off of reproductive rights. And as a black woman, right, when you go to a HBCU where my daughter graduated from, and I got a daughter in college right now, I'm the type of mama that if my daughter gets pregnant, right, I want her to bring me the baby. I'll take care of the baby until she get it together. I don't want someone who is supposed to be a world leader going to a HBCU college with that message, because you're not taking it to Yale, you're not taking it to Dartmouth.
Well,
oh wow, that's
this my thing.
Deep. That's kind of true.
What I learned,
that's true. The Dartmouth. I've never seen nobody talking about abortion rights at these white schools. It's always at our schools. That's true.
This my thing. What I've learned this election is,
like that,
I think the world is in a place right now to where people just love to argue and love to simplify things and move the goalposts. Her whole campaign was not about reproductive rights. If you go on her website, hold on, if you go on her website, there is a whole list of issues that this is her stance on this is her policy on that. So to oversimplify it and say her whole campaign was about this one issue, that's cap. Number two, when it comes to the alternative, once again, with Donald Trump, from a place of having a moral high ground to act as if I was on a podcast the other day and people literally told me, they said character doesn't matter when it comes to electing our president. Character shouldn't matter. It's all about policies.
Right.
But you can tell people that you're running on.
Do you agree with that?
It's about policy.
Okay, so that's
So character doesn't matter.
So that's what I'm saying. So you can have a repeat.
Focus on policy. We have to be focused on. See, it has to be people over party, right? The issue that we're having. Hold on. The issue that we're having is we're voting for people and not policy. When you say character, you want me to vote for the person and not the policy. You want me to look at the person and not the policy.
I want to cut in because I agree with. I love the conversation that's being had. I think it's an important conversation. However, when the parties say that they're pro-life, first and foremost, it's about the DNC in general. It's not about the abortion and having full-term abortions. And so that narrative that's being ran that they were focused on full-term abortions is not facts. That's incorrect.
It's called the Born Alive Act.
But
anybody can go research it.
The thing about it is that what we're experiencing now and what we're seeing now is that doctors are scared to do their jobs because they cannot give proper health care. So it is about the health care in women's rights in healthcare is what I'm
a woman, I gotta respond.
I'm not done
because I'll be honest, that's not fair for you to get.
You
gotta say you gotta argue. You're like mama right now.
Let him finish your point. Go ahead.
What are we talking about?
Go ahead.
However, women are dying going septic because they are not able to perform health care. They're not able to perform the surgeries needed, which is ultimately an abortion, since we're going to label it that title, but that's what it is. And so it's not about, and you can't say that you're pro-life when you're saying have the babies, take this time, and then you take away the rights of welfare. They don't have free health care. Access to that is, from what we know, Trump is trying to take away those types of rights, access to health care, access
but
to.
she's right here.
Okay.
You can ask
Correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm saying, but you saying having a baby in this economy, when forcing a woman to do so, and then not giving, and then there's kids in the homes, and in foster care and all of these things. So you're saying pro-life, and there's so many things that kids are going through right now, and if there's nothing being done to help them. So I think it's a contradiction to say that you're pro-life when you don't care about the lives that are already here.
Now, what I'm going to tell you right now is that you're contradicting, because I'm Auntie Angie, and I have Auntie Angie's house. I actually house black women and their children. I've saved 80 babies from abortion to this day. Okay, 98% of them.
One person.
You saying nobody is doing anything? I'm sitting here right in front of you and telling you, as somebody who is pro-life, yes, I am. Yes, we are. There are 2,800 pro-life centers throughout the country. I provide housing. I provide education. I provide everything that they need to help them give life to their babies, right? Because poverty should not be an excuse for us to abort our race, right? Because like I was telling my brother a minute ago, a lot of us were born in poverty, but we still successful, right? The issue about the DNC that you're talking about, because there was a case with Amanda Thurman here in Georgia recently, what happened was she took the abortion pill, right? Abortion is never safe. When she took the abortion pill, they sent her home. She didn't pass the babies all the way. By the time she went to the hospital, she had developed sepsis and she died. What you talking about, a DNC? They do provide those, but that's different from an abortion, right? An abortion is when they go in and intentionally kill the baby, right? The baby is alive, right? When you have a miscarriage or a situation like the baby is already dead. So the DNC is just removing, what's already passed on.
Yeah.
But an abortion is you and your baby daddy walking into the clinic, and the baby is healthy and everything's fine, but it's just not the time. We're just gonna go kill the baby. There's two differences. So we cannot compare a baby dying on his own to the intentional lynching of a black baby in the womb.
Can I see you guys talk, because I think it's contradiction on both sides, and I think we don't see it, right? So my question to you I specifically want to ask you this. You are one of the most Christian men I know, right? You are.
I'm far from perfect, so don't put me on that pedestal.
No.
You one of the most. You Jesus Jr.
No,
I'm not. No, I'm not.
I'm only saying it to say that when you have a choice, you always pick to honor God.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
What I mean is like something like you.
Yes.
Like if you're wrong, you'll say I ain't gonna lie, I was wrong. That's what I mean. You're honest like that. So my question to you is as a Christian that believes in God and God is first, how could you then support the Democratic Party when they support abortion? Because I'll be clear, I don't believe in abortion. I don't support it, but I do believe a woman has a right to choose. I just don't believe in it. I just think it's a heinous act to me, but it's not my choice to do. So I'm asking you as a Christian man, how do you support the Democrats knowing that they support that?
Okay. So first of all, I don't support the Democrats or the Republicans. I identify as independent as well. Okay. So
when you voted for Kamala, we was campaigning for Kamala. That's what I'm asking, like Kamala.
That being said, because I put God first in terms of my totem pole of identity, I always look at, well, what does God care about more? God cares about each of our character and our hearts more than he does policies that a political party is running on. So when I instantly hear people who say, nah, we shouldn't even worry about the character of the person that we're electing, I'm like, well, wait, that's your opinion, with all due respect. But God cares about our character and our heart more than anything. Then when we talk about choices, you don't think, my brother, that if God wanted to, he could have created us to where we didn't have free will. Yeah. So we couldn't even make the choice to sin if we wanted to. God gave us the choice to do what it is that we want to do, but God wants our character and our heart to be shaped to where we just have a desire to do the right thing. Yeah. Not that we don't have a choice to do the wrong thing, but that we got a desire to do the right thing. Because I know that.
It's your heart.
Exactly. Yeah. It's the heart that does matter. It's the character that does matter. And this is the part that nobody wants to talk about. Everybody that's really so pro-life and whatnot, I don't hear nobody that's anti-fornication. Ain't nobody talking about, well, wait. What we really want to do is get to the root of it, which is a lot of premarital sex.
Without protection.
Which is a sin, without protection. I won't say a sin. That's really leading to the point where people are wanting to get abortions. So all these people that's for preserving life and they want to legislate morality, which you can't, like, you trying to legislate morality. Morality is a matter of the heart. I ain't heard nobody from Trump to Angie, with all due respect, Queen, to anybody else,
did you go to
say,
my
hey, listen, I'm talking about since we've been here. Oh, okay. Say nothing about, what the real issue, the root, before you even get to the point where you can have an abortion, is we need to go ahead on and have people not fornicating no more, and that's what the focus need to be on.
That's you lost me there with the fornicating, because I
know I lost you when I said that.
Let me out real quick. I got a question for her. The same kind of contradictory question. All right. But I always say, like, by the way, I agree. The reason why abortion is so important to me, for the record, for the camera watching, I don't usually do this, is because I think Black people having kids early is the one thing stopping us from getting the generational wealth. That's our biggest problem in our community, having kids early. Because like you said, once you had a baby at 15, life was over the way it was. You have to get serious about life, right or wrong. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what I'm saying is that when you're 21, you shouldn't be having kids unless you're in your career. Mm-hmm. In our community, we encourage the baby mama, baby daddy, and I always get torn up when I say that, but I'm like, it's the truth. So I think it holds us back, because let me say this one thing, because I gotta get the question first. If he ain't ready to be a husband, he ain't ready to be a daddy. So if that's the case, protect yourself. That's all I said.
You contradicted yourself.
How?
You just totally contradicted yourself. You said Black women having babies early is what's preventing us from generational wealth.
Yeah.
So
how's that a contradiction?
So if Black women are having abortions, right? And I'm not saying
no. That's the other half of the no. Hold on. I gotta say this though. You'll understand when I get to my question for Angie, because that's why I'm independent. Because as a Black man, you're right. I think abortion is heinous, but sometimes you got to do heinous shit to go forward. But then how do we prevent the heinous shit? Stop fucking having sex without protection. And women program women to see, if he ain't ready to be a husband, he ain't ready to be a daddy.
But I think you putting a lot on women.
No, I'm saying. Can I tell you why though? I gotta stop you. I gotta stop you. Already you said I put a lot of women.
What are you saying?
You're saying I put. Can I stop you real quick?
Okay, go ahead.
It's always on the women.
Always.
Okay.
Mama's
And
baby,
by the way,
daddy
it's
baby.
always on the women. You've never heard. We don't. Do we hear the term deadbeat mama?
We hear mama's
We hear
baby,
that-
daddy's baby.
we hear-
protection.
No. I'm just
But I
saying to
get
you
it.
that
Got
what
you.
I'm saying is that what I'm saying to you is this: is that it's kind of like living in your neighborhood, right? You want to make sure everybody else is acting right, like no violence, like let's not hurt nobody, but you make sure your kids know. Y'all damn sure. That's what I'm saying. So my question to you is this: what's good, y'all? This is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee, and Dope Coffee is changing the way we consume coffee. It's more than just a coffee brand. It combines hip hop, creativity, and community support, making coffee a part of our culture, our music, and our arts. With high quality beans, Dope Coffee delivers great taste and cares about the environment. As a black-owned business, Dope Coffee is committed to helping communities promote diversity and supporting new businesses. Is George Carlin, one of the funniest comedians to ever live, has a funny joke when he talks about Republicans, where he says, "You guys, not you voted Republican. I know you're independent now, but you voted, so I want to understand this." He said, "Republicans fight for unborn kids more than anybody in the world. But once you're born, you're fucked." And I want to ask you this: how can you guys say, I don't want you to have abortions, but also say, but I'm not going to help you with the kid?
We don't say that.
Okay, so you're not.
Because are you? I think I've invited you to Auntie Angie's house.
Yeah, for
I don't know if you had a chance to come by, right?
I think I've been
But
there.
we don't.
Then
I
go
think
to
you
the
did.
board,
You
we talk to
did
the
come
board,
out.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't say that. I actually provide services because if we offer them right support, right, then they will choose life. Every abortion should be viewed as a tragedy, and no woman should be aborting a baby because she feel like she don't have support. The baby is already here, right? If it wasn't alive, you wouldn't need an abortion to kill it. The life has already been created. The answer is pregnancy prevention. But when we start getting real deep and trying to figure out why they want, because see, if you can do a surgery and turn a man into a woman, then I know you can tie some tubes and you can untie some tubes till somebody is ready, right? Pregnancy prevention is a real thing. But there is a reason why they won't put any money into preventing pregnancy, and they're putting all the money into what? Sexual immorality. Okay, that's why we see when we push promiscuous sex, right? For one thing, because promiscuous sex leads to what? Unwanted babies. Unwanted pregnancy lead to what? Abortion. And then where the abortion clinics at? Right? And then what do they do with the babies after they're aborted? See, we haven't even thought beyond that, because no woman that walks in an abortion, it's a reason why the abortion clinics are in our communities, because we look at the systemic racism and everything except abortion, right? And medical apartheid is a real thing. But for some reason, when it comes to abortion, and abortion is convenient, right? Because we don't want the baby right now. Right? Daddy too, we all guilty. We don't want the responsibility, right? We're donating our babies to science. They're not throwing those babies away, okay, at those abortion clinics.
That's a theory. We don't
it's
know.
not a theory, because no woman that has gone into an abortion clinic has walked out with the baby's remains.
Exactly.
Okay?
Which means that they don't know what happens to them.
Okay.
Which means that we can't say for fact.
We know you
that
ain't
they
bury them.
society.
We know they didn't throw them away.
I got you.
Okay.
But
We can't, because there's open court testimony, right? Okay, in Congress, people from Planned Parenthood, okay, where they're talking about selling baby parts, okay? And listen, organ harvesting is a real thing. Like, if I want a car, I'm gonna go get a new one. A baby is brand new, okay? It's a lot in stem cell research. It's a lot in these vaccines when we talk about these babies being aborted. Like, we haven't done our research, and we are so caught up on racism that we don't see that abortion has completely eliminated the need for the KKK. Because black women feel liberated walking into the abortion clinic.
You said the need for the KKK?
What we need the KKK for when black women aborting their babies. Black women are having more abortions than any other race of women. Hold on, I'm gonna give you some facts. We're 13% of the population. When Roe v. Wade was passed in 1973, we were 13% of the population. We're still 13% of the population. Abortion works. Out of that 13% of the population, out of that 13% of the population, because ain't no abortion clinics at the border. They all in the hood, okay? So out of that 13%, right, we're having 45% of abortions. But when you look at that 13%, how many of those women that are at childbearing age to even be going in and out. So it's a silent black genocide that's happening, and we're just not educated, and we get offended because they have given us this liberation of choice. And you said you want a woman to have her choice. What is she choosing?
Well, I the way I try to live my life as a man is I make sure that she only feels like she has to choose the right thing that I want because I'm gonna take care of mine.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that, but that's me
still
as a
your
man.
kid.
But that's still me as a man.
But that's still your child.
No, but I'm saying,
but you should have a right.
No, that's true. By
You
the
should
way,
use-
by the way,
right.
I agree.
We're not gonna support women
I agree.
just
Final
killing
points,
our
final points,
babies.
everybody.
Okay, and as men, you don't have a right. A woman can't even get pregnant without you.
Because I say this
I
though.
know.
Because all I'm gonna say, final thing I'm gonna say is this.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm final thing I'm gonna say. Because we gotta have this conversation. But this final thing I'm gonna say. I do believe that women should have rights to pick, but I also believe men should too. And the only thing I don't
Make
think
it
that
fair.
is fair
Yep.
is that a woman can decide to have the child or have an abortion, and if whatever she decides is gonna massively affect that man's life, and he has no decision in it.
Yep.
And to me, that's my only issue. We can go on to the next
Do you
one.
have a last point?
Nope.
Okay.
All right.
Because I hear, never mind. All right.
Let's go.
Let's
On to the next, Jared.
All right, our final topic, we're gonna see how do we, I think this is an amazing conversation. I think it's necessary to hear opposing sides, opposing viewpoints.
I have a suggestion. Oh, that's the question. I'm
But
sorry. Yeah, that's the question. I'm looking at the screen,
How
guys, so
do
everybody at
we
home.
move forward? I'll start with you, D1.
Oh, yeah, this is the best part. You
Yeah,
heard me?
yeah,
Yeah,
this
this is the
is
best
like
part.
this
So, this morning, we woke up to Donald Trump being elected as the 47th president of the United States. You know what I mean? But anybody listening to this can also attest to the fact that they woke up this morning. Them waking up is proof that God is still in control. You heard me? And the fact that God is still in control lets us know that's who we're here to serve. And we are all here to love one another. Love everybody in this world, even if you didn't vote for the daddy as president. You heard me? Straight up. Like, you still called to love him. You shouldn't be falling out with your friends just because they voted for a different political candidate than you. Like, that's human behavior. We're supposed to be striving to be divine. You hear me? And with that being said, we move forward together. We move forward listening to one another. We move forward saying, okay, for 4 years, we are going to be under Donald Trump's leadership. He works for us now. So now let's work on holding him accountable. Let's work on praying for him, supporting him. And this is coming from a man who didn't support Donald Trump, didn't want him to be the person that we elected into the White House. But I woke up this morning, I ain't got no beef with that man.
Yeah.
I ain't got no beef with this queen right here. You heard me? Like, straight up.
Yeah.
That's how we move forward.
That's the Christian way, by the way.
And it's not even hard.
Yeah.
It is the Christian way. And I feel like it's a very powerful, inclusive way that we'll all move forward together.
And it's missing.
Wow.
It's missing. It's forward. It's missing. What would you say?
I think that how we move forward is what we just did today. We have these tough conversations because it was a tough conversation, and I respect you for listening, and I respect you for bringing me on the platform, Ray.
This ain't gonna be your first time. I love
Listen,
talking
but
to you.
this is how we move forward. We have to understand politics is bipartisan, right? When they go in there, we out here beefing, but when they go in there to vote in Congress,
I said
they're voting on the laws together. So how we move forward is we come together and we be solution based. I have this conversation with my sister where she's passionate about these certain situations that's happening in hospitals, and I'm passionate about the ones that's not medical emergencies. How do we come together and find a solution? Because at the end of the day, none of my sisters, whether they pro-choice or not, are going to disagree with me when I say that I want to help black women and their children.
None of them.
None of my brothers going to disagree with me. I ain't doing nothing wrong,
And when,
right?
when they see you doing the work.
Not doing
Not
the
just
work,
talking it, but actually you
the
doing
work
it, yeah.
and really calling out this genocide, because one day we're going to wake up and we're going to realize and we're going to see what's happening, but at the end of the day, it doesn't make me the enemy, because I'm saving these babies and I'm helping these women. And I think that's something that everybody wants to do. But how we move forward is, you know, your partner.
Yep.
I'm connected.
Yep.
I'm going in the White House.
Yes.
So now we know we
We
got
will be calling you.
now we know we got a direct line. We
To the
got a
White House.
direct connect.
And you need
and
that.
this is what we need. Okay.
And you
we
need that.
We need better medical health, you know, for black women in our communities. We put that on the table. We don't. When Biden was in office, any of my brothers and sisters that work with his administration, you didn't see me attacking them. You didn't see me dogging them or none of that, because we got to have a voice at every table. It don't matter who is in office. Somebody got to be in there advocating for us. Guarantee from me is
by the way.
I'm going to be in there advocating. Look, them white folk get tired of me sometimes, because I don't play the radio when it comes to us and when it comes to our issues in the community. It don't matter what table I'm at. My views are the same, my experiences are the same, and my advocacy is the same. So let's move forward.
I had a question. So with your, you mentioned that you're moving and you have a position under RFK. Oh, yeah. So
RFK, Make America Healthy Again.
Yeah.
Yep.
RFK.
Right.
What are some of your policies or things that you're going to be pushing? Since you're at the table, I just wanted to see.
More choices, more life. When I went to go work with RFK, the entire campaign was pro-choice. I was the only one that was pro-life. So I was up against these battles every day. And they didn't agree with me to be totally pro-life, but what they did agree to was for us to offer more choices. We want to make sure that we offer free daycare, right? Pay for that. We want to make sure that we offer quality health care. We want to make sure that we offer incentives to women that is having their children. They gave $6 billion to Planned Parenthood during COVID for women to have abortion. You don't even want the responsibility. Why can't that $6 billion go to the mother that had the baby and is struggling and is trying to make it? So that's one of the initiatives that I'm pushing, more choices, more life. When we talk about the Black maternal health crisis and Black women dying, giving birth to their babies, and then we talk about this epidemic of abortion with the Black baby dying, we can't have the Black mother and the Black baby dying and not understand that it's going to wipe us out in another 40 years, right? We have to really get active about Black life because Black life does matter. And we up under attack. You know, if there's a depopulation agenda, right, we the first to go. It don't matter who doing it or where it's coming from or none of that. So that's one of the reasons why I do support RFK, him uniting with President Trump, because Trump has put him over the entire health administration, and he also will be selecting who will run what issues, what matters. So we're going to take making Black America healthy again very seriously. Mental health, men in prison 10, 20 years, y'all letting them out thinking they healthy to go back to their family. Women dealing with these issues and scars of abortion. Abortion leaves a scar. Well, you know, we got a lot of, you never forget the baby or the daddy.
That's real. You ain't gonna lie.
Or the mama.
That's real.
Okay? So let's get our communities healthy. And I think that's something, even if you don't support Trump, we can all come together and support Kennedy on that. Because he done sued Big Pharma and won. He want to take the fluoride out of our water. You understand? That's something to me, even though it's on a political thing, it's not really political because this is something that we need. We haven't taken our health issues serious in our community. And when it comes to health, we know that we at the bottom of the totem pole, my brother.
Wait, so you mean to tell me that I gotta connect to be able to shoot a music video in the White House?
What I want to do, I gotta plug, and I'll probably be in it. I just dropped my little mixtape the other day.
I gotta plug.
What I want to do is a real live barbecue. Okay, they might think it's some ghetto shit, but Ray, we need to be on the lawn. Okay,
by the way, we gonna do it there, because the one thing I will tell you about guys like you is you make the world better. Because you always put people first,
right?
And we need more of that.
Yes.
And I want to just go into something because I don't really have. When you say how we go forward, the first thing I thought to myself is, and I'm being honest, the Republicans don't need no help. Mm-hmm. They got to figure it the fuck out. While we fall in love, they fall in line. That's the first thing I want to say. Mm-hmm. Now I want to say that because I want to talk to y'all too. More importantly, I have a question for y'all, and it's a yes or no question. Do you think if Donald Trump did everything he did, but he was on the blue side, does he become the president?
No.
No, you know that. No, right? We know that, right? Now, do you want to know why? Because we judge morals over than what we judge everything else. Now, here's why I'm saying what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that when you get morally high, it becomes very arrogant. Now, here's what Dems need to do going forward, and if they listen, they have to hear this. It's super important. Trump said grab them by the pussies. The Republicans, this was the test for them. Kamala was our test. Here was their test. Their test was grab them by the pussy. Every Republican, oh, I'm not with him, I'm not supporting him. They thought, it's no way he wins from that. He responded like a human, not a politician. That's how men talk when women ain't around. And by the way, every man in the room knows that. right? And every woman knows that because y'all talk like y'all talk when we ain't around, right? It's the same. See how y'all laugh? So we understand that, right?
Know what that little laugh was? y'all was going at it the whole show, and then just now I got goosebumps. I'm like,
they know they say stuff. So my point is that what Trump did was that. So what happens is that now you have these sides, right? Here's the red side, right? Now the red side is red all the way for the most part because they're gonna get in line. If he said ground by the pussies and he was a Democrat, we would have deserted him. Guess what we was deserting when we deserted him? This is why we are fucked. We desert our mission. You just said, y'all both just admitted, if he was a Democrat, we would have got his ass out of there, right? Because we're more worried about how you act than what you are. Meanwhile, they're like, we don't give a fuck how many pussies he's grabbed. Mm-hmm. That's between him and the person he grabbed. I need you to vote on the policies that matter to me and my family. Now, here's why this is important. Because the Kamala campaign was the most arrogant campaign ever ran. It was the most arrogant. And here's why. Number one, this is something that we don't talk about. We never picked her. She ran for president in 2020, and she was one of the first two people sent home in the Royal Rumble. You know the Royal Rumble? She started to fight everybody. She was sent home first, right? Mm-hmm. But Biden was smart, and we thought the world was going in a different direction, away from where Trump was, the manly, So he put a woman on the ballot. When we knew that he was, if you was paying attention, you was like, he ain't gonna make it another 4 years. We gotta get somebody in. But they was arrogant. It was, who's gonna vote for this guy? Who's dumb enough to vote for him? Who's stupid enough to believe him?
Remember, they prevented Robert F. Kennedy from getting on the ticket.
Exactly. So they do all these things to him. It was arrogant. Our side is more contradictory than their side, or just as contradictory as the Dems, as the red. The only difference is that the reds don't give a fuck about the contradiction. We vote in red no matter what. And the Dems gotta be motivated. And until we get out of that, we are fucked. Give you an example. I'm gonna use a rap brother. Our argument that me and you've been having, I'm gonna use it against a rapper. I don't usually do this, but I'm gonna go at Fat Joe. Mm-hmm. Tony Hinchcliffe, the comedian, comes out and does the jokes about Puerto Rico. Mm-hmm. Fat Joe comes out and says, Puerto Ricans, Latinos, if y'all let this, he playing in our face. Now watch this. Let's rewind to a year ago. Fat Joe was on Good Morning America, one of those shows. He was on the CBS show because I remember it was the morning show with CBS. And they said, how do you feel about rap lyrics being held against you? And Fat Joe said, I lie my rap. So what I'm saying is that how come you can play in our face like that and say, I lie my rap? Nothing I said is true. It's not true, but they can't.
Yeah.
So what happens is you become almost like, I could do it, but they can't, and they racist, and it's like, bro, you just because you're there doesn't mean everybody else is there. And the Democrats need to learn how to get off their high horse of being morally better than everybody and come down and talk to the people that don't agree. Because unlike the Republicans, they're going to get in line and we're not. So while we were voicing our concern, we're basically told, shut up. And look at the election results.
Look what they did to Ice Cube.
But every time a black man goes to sit with Trump, he's the enemy. So we're basically telling everybody, don't go work with the side that's running our world. So stupid, right? But arrogant. That's an arrogant mindset. Let me tell you what I mean by that. If you're a mother and my kids ain't got no food, I'm not above asking anybody for anything. Now, if I let my kids starve to death because I got too many balls, I don't want to ask, or I'm too high on my horse, that's arrogant. So I think the Democrats are lost by death by arrogance. And the last thing I want to say is, because it's important, is that until we start accepting that we need to talk to each other, the Republicans don't have to talk to each other. They already know what they're going to do. It's us on the other hand. That's why that speech you gave at the gathering spot was so powerful, because it was the first time you showed us that it's really our fault. But the problem is it's not our fault. It's the people running our campaign fault, because they talk above the audience. They talk above. It's like, just because you went to an HBCU, you know what's better for black people than me, because I was working a 9 to 5. So when I speak up, it's like, shut up. You got no education. You don't understand what the world's like. Shut the fuck up. And I'm like, okay, I'll shut up. And guess what happened? Everybody shut up, and they cast their fucking vote for the person that didn't tell them to shut up. For the person that didn't say, I don't want to hear your opinion. That's what they did. That's what Trump is the easiest person in the world. He's like Kanye West. He's like Jay-Z. He fucks with who fucks with him.
That's the rule.
If you fuck with me, I'm going to fuck with you. And if you against me, I'm against you too.
That's the rule.
We've been saying from the beginning of time, since hip hop came in,
That's the
fuck
rule.
the police.
Yep.
Fuck the police. Then we get mad when the police fuck with us. We just said fuck them, and we sung it. Of course, we telling them you're our enemy. So when they treat us like an enemy, we're like, you can't do that. You cannot contradict yourself. You can't say fuck the police and then say why you don't want to help us. Nigga, you just said fuck us. And then what you're saying is you morally should be right because you made an oath to be right. To me, it's like, yeah, I did, but I'm a human before I'm any of that shit. But you always say fuck me. I'm going to show you what fuck me mean. And that's our contradiction. We hate everything over there, and we get mad because they hate everything over here. So the only way we're going to fix it is if we stop hating everything over there and we fucking talk to each other. That's why I want to do this show. I'm done talking about that.
If I can say one thing, to just off of what you said, Ray, and with Trump being in his 4 years, when Trump was in 2020, I didn't want to go. And I almost didn't go in because I was in my emotions about him being a racist or whatever, but I went in. And, you know, a lot of people got free. You know, I walked in Kwame Kilpatrick's paperwork, walked that man, he freed him on his last day in office, right?
We need to be trying
to
get somebody out of jail. Y'all talking about,
y'all
arguing. I'm trying to get niggas out of jail.
Trump is in, right? Trump is in these 4 years, and we have a line, we have a connect. We don't sit back and just be mad. Like, it's business at this point, right? When we go get our nails done by them Asians, we give them our money. We know they talking about us if we whip out the translator. When we go to the gas station and get them Indians in our community our money, we know that if COVID hit, they ain't going to give us a free bottle of water. We have to look at this like a business. So if there is an opportunity for me to go into a Trump White House and be able to do something about the black maternal health crisis, do you think that I'm going to be in my feelings or emotions when I can do something that can change the law? I can't afford to allow people's hate to make me miss out on my calling. And this just happens to be the administration that I have favoring. Unfortunately, I don't have favor with Kamala and Biden. But as your sister, I do have favor with Trump. And I can go in and get things done because I've already done it.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And if I need something, I'm calling your ass too. I ain't above that. Because I want my people to win.
Let's get it done. Let's work.
Hold on, real quick. Before you wrap up, I just want to say something. I want to say this real quick. Rest in peace, Quincy Jones.
Yep.
We were so caught up in the election, we lost the greatest musical mind, black mind in history. And we were so caught up in hating each other and fighting each other that shit slipped under.
Yep.
The world would have stopped if this election wasn't going. So I just want to stop for a couple of seconds and just say, R.I.P. Quincy Jones. Shout out to QD3. His son is my boy. I just want to say that. You finished. Go ahead, Stans.
I want to close out by saying this.
I love this guy.
One thing we learned this election is that character impacts credibility. All of these celebrity endorsements. I need every nonprofit, I need every school, every church organization to listen to this. You think that you just can go and hire whoever has the most followers online and get them a quick check. They come in, they do what they do, and it's going to turn your whole campaign around. Y'all learned this election that people are not that dumb. If they see this is just a hired hand, this person ain't passionate about this issue outside of you cutting them a check, it doesn't have the ability to move the needle the way these brands and these political parties think that it does. So all these celebrities that had an influx of endorsing Kamala at the last second, it didn't work.
Stay out.
Between having Beyonce, Taylor Swift, and all these people, look, combined, and it didn't work. That should stand. And I know this from being a teacher. When I started out as a middle school teacher, I learned, man, all I gotta do to win my students over and get them to give me their best effort is just prove to them that I'm consistent, character-wise, and that I love them. Once they see that, I'm gonna pull out the best of whatever they got to offer.
Every time.
Every time. Meanwhile, y'all try to get all these other teachers to come in and they got these credentials. I ain't got nothing but a bachelor's degree. You heard me? Straight out New Orleans. But all these other people who got masters and all of the above, yo, that stuff, that...
No, go, keep going.
Yeah. All these other people who got all these quote-unquote big credentials that you just bring in, but they don't have a heart that's consistent with a character that is going to make people say, you know what, I'm riding for them.
Yep.
And that's what we need moving forward.
And I'm glad you said that because let's be clear, when there was never a time in this Kamala election where she felt like the biggest star on stage. And when Obama was running, I don't give a fuck who stood next to him. We knew Obama was going to be, we knew that Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles was going to name a meal after him.
Because he was really
we knew that he was going to have, we knew that he was going to have a street on every black neighborhood in America in the next 50 years. And we didn't feel like that about her. And we was trying to tell people, and they was telling us, shut the fuck up, she like your mama. And it's like, okay, she like my mama, I shut up. But what I'm trying to warn you about is outside, not inside. You got me. I'm trying to show you how to get the others, and it was like every time I try to say that, it was like shut up. And that arrogance. Now we're gonna have to sit back and watch America be made great again without having an opinion on the table, unless we get rid of our emotions. No, we got Angie, hit her, and yo, this is what it is. And stop. By the way, Stanza, I'm gonna say something. I ain't never did this, but I need you to hit the fucking gavel because this is a fact going forward.
Okay.
Democratic Party, stop using celebrities as endorsements.
Yep.
Please hit that because it doesn't work. We don't have Beyonce's life.
Right.
We don't have Jay-Z's life.
Right.
They go back to the most expensive home ever bought in America.
And Beyonce was paid $10 million to come speak.
I don't want to do that.
Listen, okay.
No, if it's a fact, why not put it out there?
I don't know.
First off, is it a fact?
It's reports out there that Beyonce was given $10 million to come speak. Okay. And what I'm saying is, when we talking about community, like, what could $10 million have done for our community?
I need that.
Because Beyonce didn't need no $10 million.
I need it.
How many babies could I have saved with $10 million? How many mothers could I help get on their feet or be first-time home buyers? Or like, let's just, I don't know. I think if my closing remark is, if we begin to value life more, then everybody else will.
By the way, our life. Which means
Yes.
when we say Black Lives Matter, it matters
Yes.
to us too, not
Yes.
just the police eyes.
Yes.
Because I'll be more worried. I don't worry about the police hurting me as much as I worry about somebody looking like me hurting me. And that's the
better say
truth.
that.
And that's why it becomes contradictory. And I think that
you know that. You know I'm on the page.
Come
with
on,
you.
that's
That's a whole nother
that's
episode.
What made me, we gotta do that. Okay, start Because all of us at this panel wants to save lives.
We
We
do.
want to save our community, and we
do.
want to see it better off. We just have different methods of getting there in different ways.
And they all matter, and
Yes.
they all count. So let's come together
Yes.
and get a solution.
There it is.
Well,
Amazing. Well, guys, thank you
That
so
was my
much.
most favorite show I've ever shot.
Raymond,
Was
let me
it?
close the show.
Sorry, I thought you was done. My bad.
Jesus, I know.
All right, sis, go ahead.
Like
go
dealing
ahead.
with a kid with ADHD.
Okay, sis, go ahead.
That's why I write shit down.
Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in to That's Debatable. D1, Angie Stan, thank you so much for coming. I think this, like I said, I've said it a million times during this episode, this type of conversations are important. We must continue to do this. So we encourage dialogue. So we want to hear from you. We want to hear your 2 cents. Please be sure, like, share, subscribe, and comment. We want to hear what you have to say about this episode. It is truly special to be here. And we'll see you next time.
But
Let's go.